Hey folks, it's Mike from the Hardcover Comic. Recently I got 17 new custom binds. I'm going to look at all 17 with you guys eventually. I only have time to do 9 right now as I have to get going somewhere, but I wanted to put this out. So 17 total. I'm going to look at the first 9. Unfortunately, I don't have dust jackets for all these yet. Once I do, currently working with somebody on those and hopefully have those printed and good to go soon. So we'll take a look at those when I have them done. But today we're just going to look at the books themselves. I just grabbed like the first 9 here. Hopefully I can get through them all in this video without getting rushed. So first book, they're all going to be like this. No front or back. Again, I'm going to have dust jackets on them, so they're just plain. But on the sign, you got the different colors of emboss here. So Flashpoint, John's Manipool Kubert. So what I did with this is I put, I got kind of lazy with these binds and I didn't really do a table of contents for them, mostly because I wanted to get them done and just have them ready to go. Some of the corner pages are still stuck here because I haven't read them all. But what I basically did is I did the Road to Flashpoint. So there were, I think, 4 or 5 Flash issues by Jeff Johns and Francis Manipool. All of this is, of course, pre-New 52. So put those issues in here. As you guys can see, it does have a ribbon dust jacket. All of these books are DFA glued. So it is a glued binding. You have to be a little careful with the temperature. But yeah, basically I did it in reading order. So, in between each Flashpoint issue, there were a few tie-ins that were released. So I did them in order of release date, so how you would have been reading it as a consumer during the event's release. But anyway, I'm not showing off the book here too much. Just want to show off the binding here. Really good stuff. It stays open as soon as you open the first page, as you guys saw. It stays open, you don't have to hold it down. Company's called Lehman Bookbinding. They're in Waterloo, Ontario, Kitchener, Ontario. Really, really fantastic company. It's about $25 a book to bind it. Really well done. So that's the first book. Next up, and you get to choose again the color of the buckram. This is buckram. You can do cloth binding as well, which is like the buckram without the wax. So it's a bit rougher. And yeah, you can do just tail and headbands. You can do whatever you want on the spine. You get to basically design it yourself. So what we've got here is Aquaman by Jeff Parker and Paul Pelletier. Very excited for this book. We do have the Jeff Johns Omnibus coming out, so it's going to be a cool little companion piece finishing off that entire New 52 series. Again, just collected the issues Jeff Parker did. I know I put Paul Pelletier, but I believe there are a few other artists in here as well. Really fun, really fun read. Made this out of the single issues. Not going to show off the binding too much. Very fun stuff. I did get to read that one recently. Next up is sort of a 1-2 punch. 52 books 1 and 2. Obviously separated it so I wouldn't have one massive difficult to read book like the Omnibus. But yeah, pretty straightforward there. Next up is one I'm very excited about. I haven't read this yet. Got the nice little teal color going for it. It is the complete Life and Times of Martha Washington. Unfortunately, they didn't fit the whole thing there, even though I did sort of request them to. Frank Miller, Dave Gibbons. This is the Dark Horse Publishing. So I basically just took the newest trade paperback that came out. Had it bound into a hardcover. I think on Amazon that thing was initially solicited as a hardcover. When it actually came out, it was a softcover trade paperback. So I just had it bound into a hardcover. I'm going to have the dust jacket look pretty much like the hardcover does. So it'll be my close little imitation there. Next up is a very exciting set. So this is 4 books, all the same series. What I did is I took the, I believe it was 97 to 2003 or something like that, JLA, bound it from issue number 1 to issue, goddamn, whatever it was, we'll find out here, but volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Collecting that entire series. The connecting spine on this thing is gonna be tremendous. So what I did here is I took basically, these are all made out of the trade paperbacks. There's 9 of them. So I basically just took like, you know, the first page of the trade paperbacks, which had volume 4 or whatever. I mean, you know. So yeah, it looks like it was like 125 issues or so. Very cool stuff. Can't wait to show you guys that connecting spine. All 4 volumes are going to have one single connecting spine. Very exciting stuff. I would promote who's making them, but I think he's done. He's going to be done in October making making these dust jackets for these books. So unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry, but seems like I'm going to be some of his last work. He's going to do his own personal stuff, of course, but I'll try to give him a shout out down in the description or in the comments. I'll pin it because he does have his own channel where he shows his process for making dust jackets, something I will be following very closely once I have to start making my own. And big shout out to him. I forget what his YouTube channel name is, but I will for sure pin it down below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Mike from the Hardcover Comic. If you guys have any questions about these books, feel free to let me know. And if I see it by the time I record the second part of this, I'll include answers in that or reply to your comments, obviously. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Mike from the Hardcover Comic. If you have any custom collections of your own, let us know. Maybe make a video. Be happy to shout it out. And yeah, love custom binds, guys. If you've been on the fence about it, seriously do it. They're great. If you can find a good company for it, you know, you can get real crazy with the graphic designs and stuff. Unfortunately, Lehman just does this a plainer thing, just fine for me. Again, dust jackets are awesome. But anyway, I keep rambling. This was Mike, guys, from the Hardcover Comic. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, until next time, you stay classy, Internet.